Hello, this is Mike with Trade Winds RV Center, here to congratulate you on your 2026 Jayco Eagle 26 REC fifth wheel. I'm going to walk you around it, show you how to use a few things so you can get the best out of your camping experience. Let's start by talking about arriving at the campsite. A couple things to think about when you park this. On your campsite, leave plenty of room for your awning. On your off campsite, besides leaving room for your slide, which I have ridden right now, I also want you to think about where your power and water connections are going to be. They are both up here toward the front. On your driver's side of your tow vehicle, power, water connections. So park accordingly so you can utilize the facilities and leave room for your awning and slide. Once we've arrived, we're going to unhook our hitch and level our unit by using this Clipper auto leveling system. So we're going to turn this on to the right. You're going to touch front. Front is going to bring this up enough. You drop your landing legs. Front will bring it up enough that you can remove your vehicle. Get all the way up. Get your vehicle completely out of the way. And then we're just going to touch auto level. Grounding jacks remain still. At this point, I like to just leave the unit alone. Just go ahead and let it bring up and down the front until our unit's level, and then it's going to go ahead and drop these stabilizing jacks back here. I recommend some jack pads. Throw some pads down underneath there. We got some blocks. Really good investment to keep dirt and debris off from these, keep them from sinking into the hot blacktop. Grab a pack of those and put them down underneath these. Let this run its auto leveling system. Once it is level and stable, then we can hook up our power and water. There we go down now. Power cord, big long 50 amp cord here. Plugs in on the side. Push it in, turn it to the right, and then put on your black washer. Once you get the power hooked up, next thing you hook up is your water. This is one of the easiest docking stations to understand. You only have two knobs to turn. So, at campsites, we are hooked up to what's city water. Green to the left, blue to the right. Point them in the direction they need to be, then come over here to city water connection. Grab a water pressure regulator, because you don't know what the water pressure is at different campsites. Hook that up. Hook up your hose. Come to your hot water heater, which is right here. Just make sure that your pressure release valve is down, otherwise water is just going to pour out of there, so keep that down. Then you can go ahead and turn on that hose. Now after that hose has been on for a few minutes, go inside, open that slide. If you need to, get in there and open up all of your water lines. Your sinks, your showers. Get a nice steady flow of water going through all those, all the air out of the lines. And then you can go ahead and shut them off. You're all set to camp. Now let's say we're going to go dry camping. In that case, it's this two-step process. We're going to start with tank fill. Green down, or green to the left, blue down. Now we match tank fill in the same spot. We're going to go ahead and turn that hose on and fill up our freshwater tank. Now you're going to go inside, check the level of your tanks. Where there's a black and gray button, there's also a freshwater button. Keep an eye on that while it's filling. Once it's full, come out here, remove that hose. Then we're going to change our knobs to dry camp. Green down, blue to the left. Now we're set up that when we turn on our water pump here or indoors, that we can utilize the water that's in our freshwater tank. The other two settings on here are to sanitize, that is to suck soapy water into your freshwater tank, and then winterize, which is to, after bypassing your hot water heater, to run antifreeze into your water lines. All right, we're all set to camp. We got power, water, yours level and stable. Go ahead and walk you around the rest of the unit. Continuing here on the off camp side. In here is our propane. Lefty loosey to open. Green means you've got gas. Once that turns red, that is out. Point it that way for the other tank on the other side. Any other questions on your auto leveling? Instructions are there. And there are your hydraulics for your auto leveling system. In the big pass-through storage area here, there's an area for water filters if you want to use that system. A quick connect hose that will connect up here as well as on the other side for a little outdoor shower. Again, our freshwater pump, black tank flush, we'll talk about that when we leave and dump our tanks. Again, city water, and this is the side that you will either sanitize or winterize on. A couple of 110s out here. You can run all these water lines down through here so you can close this outdoor storage, and then we'll talk about these when we act like we're leaving the campsite. Fluid for your furnace, a few things on that. One, make sure it's never blocked. Two, if you are running your furnace, steer clear. These do get hot. It says hot for a reason. And lastly, we sell bug guards. Really good investment. The screen that goes over the top of those to keep the mud wasp out of there. Again, our hot water heater. Line is on, 0 is off. Must be on out here in order to come on indoors. Slide is closed right now, but on your slide seal, the flap that flips back and forth when this opens and closes, you've got a spray you can spray on those. Remember, them are baking in the sun all day as well. They can get brittle and not work as well. Spray that on there, keep them nice and flexible and pliable. Got a ladder, utilize it. Go up there several times a year, check the seams of your roof and caulk as needed with recommended RV roofing caulk. Maintaining the roof of this trailer and any trailer is going to really maintain the life of it. Keep your unit dry. You're prepped for a backup camera. Any towing information is back here. There's your tow limits. Here's where that quick connect hose I was showing you over there can connect as well. Our low point drains, quick connect LP, and this is to let down with the big hand crank, let down our spare tire there. If you invest in it, they've got a really cool J-port system. It's a big metal bar that comes out here and a griddle can set on it, and then you can connect to your LP there. 110 here, some lighting underneath, outdoor speakers. This low point drain here is actually that white handle right there. That's your freshwater drain. Dumps out your freshwater right here. Come down your campsite. There's a porch light. A couple of 110s out here. Inside here, you're all prepped to hook a TV up. Cable and 110. Here you can do your TV sound or Bluetooth. And then over here is your solar controller panel. Whole purpose of this is to keep your solar panels from overcharging your batteries. The only thing you ever have to be worried about is to have your batteries set to flooded, which I just did. I'm going to send you a separate video from GoPower in case you ever need to do this. Normally once it's set to flooded, it stays flooded. The other side of our propane, our other hydraulics. Up front here's your batteries. Check your battery post every now and then, make sure nothing's wiggled loose. Up underneath here, you've got this docking light. And then this is for these stream lights here. Well, it covers everything out here. Let's check out the inside. I brought your steps down. I wanted to show you. All you literally have to do is just pull, and that'll bring these right down. If you need to bring them up, you just simply press on that, and that'll release that. And you can lift it back up. So coming up inside the unit, first thing I always like to point out is the fire extinguisher. Make sure that everyone that's camping with you knows the fire extinguisher is located by the entry doorway in case of an emergency. Over to our right as I come in, here's my control panel. Got these little BM Pro ones now. Get the BM Pro app and you can do almost all of this from your phone. It's really cool. Turn on my hallway light here and start up top. Here's our lighting. Living room lighting, bedroom lighting. Here's where you can turn on your water pump to get to your fresh water. Exterior lighting, which is really just your awning. On your awning, you only want to run that awning out until you can see that bar. That flap has fallen down. If I were to hold extend down, that would keep running out onto itself, flip up onto itself and roll itself up backwards. So keep an eye on it when you're running out. Make sure you don't run it out further than you need to. As I bring that in, show you down here so we can check the level of your battery, your black and gray tanks, and that pink button there is your freshwater button. I said you can watch while you're filling up your freshwater. And then over here is where you can connect Bluetooth. You press that in to pair your phone for the app. Now let's go ahead and open up that slide. Just gonna hit EXT for extend. As that runs out, I will mention our smoke alarm up in the ceiling here. And down below that is our thermostat. Once this slides out, I'll show you how that works. That's the mechanism telling you that it's all the way out. Alright, thermostat. Pressing in to change our mode. Now dial to cool. Fans on high. That should crank our AC up. You can hear it. Now I'm going to press change the mode. Scroll to off. Fan shuts right off. Now when I press and scroll to heat, turn the furnace on, you can hear the return there. What you will notice is when I shut the furnace off, it's going to take 2 to 3 minutes for that fan to actually cycle through and stop. Does it on all of them. Alright, coming down here is our breaker box and fuses. Handful of 25s, 8ton of 15s. Highly recommend having some of those with you when you go out camping. Right over here is our carbon monoxide propane detector. Let's talk about our new sinks here. This all the way to the left is this waterfall here, and then this one here all the way to one side is going to close your sink here and lift it back up. Soap dispenser and then a cup cleaner. Just press down on that and that'll wash your cups out. This is a convection microwave. Make sure that you read your manual so that you can know how this works. Other than that, it's standard microwave settings. We got a surface light and a fan, high and low. Turn on our panel light here, rock this to high, hit your spark, and these will light. Now, sometimes when you first get to the campsite, if it doesn't light, it's because you have to bleed the gas out of the lines. So just stay on one until it lights, and then once that one lights, there's enough gas in there, they all should light up. Same thing on the oven. Open this up, turn this to the flame, hit your spark, that will light this. Make sure it lights before you turn it to your desired temperature. This is a safety strap for your fridge. Controls for those are inside, I think down here. Yeah, right there. So make sure you have that rolled over there for traveling. Unsnap this and you've got your huge pantry here. Which brings me to your antenna. Back here where this cable goes in, there's a little green light that's on. Off and then on. Make sure that light is on before you run your digital channel scan at the campsites. That's your antenna. That's going to help you to pick up more channels. Your TV can swivel. Just remove these bungees here and you can pull that out. Get the remotes where they should be. They are. Let's go ahead and start your TV up. Again, when you first arrive at the campsite, go into your home, run a digital channel scan so that you can pick up all the local channels of where you're at. Fireplace, got a remote for that too. So not just for looks anymore. I can go through and show you all the pretty colors, but the coolest thing is the heat. If you're at a campsite and it's chilly in here in the morning or evening, Save your gas. Use their electricity to warm this baby up. Lighting for here. These cup holders are cup holder tables are completely removable. I would travel with them out. Parachute pull recliners. Pull on that parachute pull and you recline. Kitchen dinette. You do have a lot of manuals here. This is your water hose for winterizing. A lot of manuals here. Make sure that you get into here. This is a water system, water filter system. But go into your manuals, read them, get to know your trailer. The more you know, the better off you'll be with this. So this will actually lift up and off that lip back there, and then it'll lay down onto these rubber pieces here. Put your flat cushions on top, whole nother sleeping quarters. Like these easy roll slide rollers. Set up the hallway. This is a door that slides that you want to snap open for traveling. Same thing with your shower here. These beautiful glass doors. You want them all the way over and locked for travel so that they can't move. All right, in our bathroom. Turn this light on. When you first arrive at the campsite, flush your toilet. After your water's hooked up, put several gallons of water into your black tank. Your black tank will thank you later. Exhaust vent up here. Hot water heater down here. Must be turned on in order to turn it on in here. Indoor temperature. So I have seen this set from 118 to 124. You will set it yourself at whatever you are comfortable taking your shower at, with just the hot water, with no mix. That's the most efficient way to use these, is to run your shower with just hot water. If you have to mix, you do, but try to get it where you're comfortable with just the hot water. That'll be the most efficient way to run that. I didn't mention in the kitchen, but I will now. In the kitchen and your bathroom, you've got plumbing. If you travel a lot in this and bounce this house up and down the road, things can wiggle loose. So just get in here every now and then, feel around, feel for moisture here in the sink in your kitchen. Feel any moisture, maintain it. Keeping your unit dry. Prepped for a TV in here. There's your backer. Cable 110 under there. Got a nice storage area underneath your mattress here. There's the rest of your hot water system. And there's the hand crank for your spare tire. Charging ports and 110s at the head of your bed. And I think that about covers everything on the inside. Let's act like we're leaving the campsite and close the unit up. I like to start with my lights. So starting up front, shut off my lights. Shut off my lights. Any vents that are open must be closed. Come down to my control panel. Shut off my living room entrance lights. Now I know any other lights that are on are the ones that I need to walk through and shut off. Alright, with all the main lights off, if it's dark, turn on your living room lights from here and say doors and drawers. Walk through the unit, make sure all doors and drawers are closed. Nothing's going to impede our slide from coming in. It looks like, most importantly, this drawer. We don't want this drawer left open in any way, shape, or form, so that traveling it can come open, or when we're bringing our slide in, we can rip off that door. So keep an eye on that. Come back over to my control panel. We're just going to hit retract on the slide. Again, the bottom comes in first because that's where the mechanism is, on the bottom. It'll tell you when it's in by making that noise. Shut off our lights and exit the unit. Now the biggest thing on these steps is to make sure your exterior door is all the way open Otherwise this can catch on it. You'll see how close it comes coming in. Over here, we're gonna lock this in here. That's gonna keep your steps from banging against your screen door here. Now before we leave the campsite, we were gonna lock, deadbolt, lift and turn this handle. That's how you want that handle to travel going down the road. If we are dry camping, we're gonna get up underneath here, dump our freshwater handle, and we're gonna bring up our stabilizing jacks, hook up our hitch, and head on home or to the nearest dump station, whatever we're in need of. Just come over here and dump it. Bring up those stabilizing jacks. Come in here. We're gonna turn this on. Once it's on, hold the left and right buttons together, and that will retract just the rear stabilizing jacks, and it'll leave your front alone. If you hit retract all, that is going to retract your rear as well as your front, so your whole front is going to dip. So just make sure that your vehicle is completely out of the way. Once we retract these rear, don't need to hold them, you just need to push them. Still running, auto hitch, retract. All right, to level, you can go ahead and front again to bring it up or down. You can bring, to hook up your hitch and head on home or the nearest dump station. When you arrive at the dump station, your dump is going to be right in front of your tires on your driver's side of your tow vehicle. Hook up and open up that handle there. And we're going to come inside and we're going to pull our black handle. That's going to be sewage. And that sounds like it's no longer draining. Go inside, check the level of your black tank. If it shows empty or pretty close to it, come back out here. Leave this black handle open. Grab the hose at the dump station and hook up to this tank flush valve. Black one here. Again, emphasizing leaving this handle open. Turn that hose on, let that run for a good 5 minutes. That's going to wash that nastiness out of your black tank. When that's done, remove that hose. Make sure all that washout water you put in there has drained before you close this black, and then pour your gray. Again, check to make sure gray tank number 1 is empty before closing it, and then pulling gray tank number 2. When gray tank number 2 shows empty, get up underneath here, unhook that sewage hose, and conveniently and sanitarily store it away somewhere and head on home. Again, thank you guys so much for your purchase. We hope you enjoy this Eagle for many years to come. Happy camping.